We got you updated. This is Radio Imanzi News in English.
Good evening. Thank you for tuning in. This is Radio Imanzi 105.1 FM, broadcasting from Kigali. Here are the news in English, brought to you by Alvin Umngadi. The headlines. President Paul Kagame arrived in Indonesia for G20 summit. Member of Parliament Mbonimana resigns after a drunk incident. A press conference was held at the Embassy of Angola in Kachiru, Kigali. Ghana's president fires junior finance minister over corruption allegations. Mozambian leader announces first liquefied natural gas export shipment. We'll be back with news in detail. Welcome back. President Paul Kagame arrived in Bali, Indonesia, where he joins world leaders for the year's G20 summit. His Excellency Paul Kagame will be attending the annual meeting of leaders from the world's major economies, known as Group of 20 Nations, in his capacity as the African Union Development Agency, NEPAD, Heads of State and Government Orientation Committee. Under the theme, Recover Together, Recover Stronger, the two-day summit will be hosted under the flagship of Indonesian G20 presidency. The meeting will discuss three priorities of Indonesia's G20 presidency, including global health architecture, digital transformations, and sustainable energy transitions. Over the last 1 year, G20 focused on the global COVID-19 pandemic and how to collectively overcome its related challenges. 19 countries in one economic region, the European Union, will attend this year's two-day G20 meeting. Member of Parliament Gamariel Mbonimana has tendered in his resignation to the Speaker's office on Monday, November 14th, where he cited personal reasons in his resignation. The resignation came after President Paul Kagame expressed concerns over a lawmaker whose name constantly appeared in police reports for drunk driving and was always let free because he enjoys immunity as a Member of Parliament. Speaking during a gala dinner organized by Unity Club, President Paul Kagame said someone who has immunity shouldn't use it to endanger his life and the lives of others. He also revealed that the alleged lawmaker was found drunk driving at least 6 times but always claimed his immunity and walked away. With regards to drunk driving, Mbonimana said, "There will be a time where I will talk about that, but for now, I am not commenting about it." The Senate leadership was expected to hold a news conference on Monday to address the issue of immunity enjoyed by legislators, but was postponed indefinitely after Gamariel Mbonimana resigned on Monday morning. Mbonimana belongs to the Liberal Party headed by Donatil Mukabalisa, the Speaker of the Lower Chamber of Deputies. Several agreements have been signed in different areas such as education, health, agriculture, human rights and justice in order to strengthen cooperation between Rwanda and Angola. This was announced by the Angolan ambassador to Rwanda, Eduardo Octavio, during a press conference held today on the occasion of celebrating the 47th independence anniversary of the country. He indicated that they plan to sign a memorandum concerning aviation agreements, and the Chamber of Commerce will benefit both countries.
Within this scope, that the relations between the Republic of Angola and the Republic of Rwanda find a way to strengthen its relations. with the opening of the Embassy of Angola in Kigali. In this sense, the diplomatic relations took a different step, which were able to achieve a better outcome for the development of both people and countries. These relations were officially done in 2022. So in 2020, João Manuel Gonçalves Lourenço approved a few legal instruments for the cooperation, in particular the agreement in scientific cooperation, the agreement that creates or organizes bilateral meetings, cooperation or an agreement that allows both Ministry of Foreign Affairs exchange any kind of political or diplomatic matters, and of course other instruments that regulate all these agreements. So this year, in April, from 13th to 15th, we were able to organize the first joint commission meeting. In this first meeting, we were able to approve 9 agreements: agriculture, health, oil and gas, justice, human rights, and also agreement in extradition, agreement for mutual legal assistance in criminal matters for both countries.
Professor Ishmael Buchana from the University of Rwanda said that these agreements, especially in the field of education, will have an opportunity to exchange teachers with advanced technology in Rwanda.
Our role here right now, as he mentioned, we as academicians, we are more likely and happy to make sure that Angola and Rwanda, we can expand our relationship in the scientific manner, at the same time in the research partnership. As the Excellency mentioned, you know very well that Angola, mostly they use Portuguese language. So, and Rwanda as a medium of instruction, most of the time we use English and French. So to us, as an academician, we don't have any borders which limit us to use whatever language we are going to use. So I think with our partner, who is a professor from Angola, we intend to open up a partnership relationship, not because I'm from the University of Rwanda. No, we are looking at go beyond even our university, higher learning institution in Rwanda. So I think we can benefit from side of Angola, especially in domain of research, what we call it exchange between academicians. So they are much more when it comes to the higher learning in Angola side, that they do have university programs in agriculture, in laws, in technology, in other sectors, especially in different programs.
Local authorities in Rubavu district received 89 Democratic Republic of Congo citizens who are fleeing from fights between the government forces FARDC and M23 rebel group. The Congolese refugees who were fleeing their home entered Rwanda through Kabuhanga border post. They're said to have come from the areas of Ruhunda and Buhumba in eastern DR Congo. According to Jean-Pierre Senyoni, social affairs official for Wujeshi sector, those that arrived are from 33 families, including 56 children. Fights broke out between the two warring on October 20th when Democratic Republic of Congo attempted to recapture territories that were occupied by M23. This resulted in the M23 pushing back and intensifying the war. The new motorcycle cooperatives have been established in Kigali City to bring order to the operations of motorists as well as encourage their management and accountability. The Acting Director General of Rwanda Utilities Regulatory Authority, RURA, Patrick Waganizi, said the new motorist cooperatives will be sector-based and motorcyclists will vote representatives for each of their cooperatives. Motorcyclists came up with the idea of cooperatives by them themselves, each cooperative will be given a trustee paid by the government. Vice Mayor in charge of urbanization and infrastructure of the city of Kigali, Merad Maguru, hoped for the new strategy to facilitate motorcyclists to offer excellent service. The government will handle the salaries of the managers of the 5 cooperatives. These efforts are being put in place so that the cooperatives benefit motorcyclists. Senior Superintendent of Police Rene Irere, spokesperson of Traffic and Road Safety Department, tasked motorcyclists to be cooperative and work closely with authorities to find solutions to the challenges they face. We'll be back with economic news.
Economic news is a regular feature on Radio Imanzi.
Welcome back in economic news. The trading session recorded a total turnover of 3,763,492,000 rand and francs worth of bonds traded in 3 deals on the fixed income market, while the equities market remained quiet. Equities counters closed as follows: Brarirgwa at 170 rand and francs, Bank of Kigali at 272 rand and francs, I&M Rwanda at 43 rand and francs, Simirgwa at 120 rand and francs, MTN Rwanda at 174 rand and francs, Equity at 440 rand and francs, Kenya Commercial Bank at 370 rand and francs, National Media Group at 1,200 rand and francs, Uchumi Supermarket Limited at 104 rand and francs, and R&H Buffalo at 526 rand and francs. The United States dollar today, it was buying 1,042 rand and francs and selling 1,063 rand and francs. The British pound, the buying price was 1,225 rand and francs, and the selling price was 1,249 rand and francs. The euro buying price was 1,074 rand and francs, and the selling price was 1,095 rand and francs. The Kenyan shilling buying price was 8.5 rand and francs, and the selling price was 8.7 rand and francs. The Tanzanian shilling buying price was 0.44 rand and francs, and the selling price was 0.45 rand and francs. The Ugandan shilling buying price was 0.27 rand and francs, and the selling price was 0.28 rand and francs. The Burundian shillings, the buying price was 0.50 rand and francs, and the selling price was 0.51 rand and francs. We'll be back with international news.
Some items of international news on Radio Imanzi.
Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo has fired Charles Adu-Bowahen, the Minister of State for Finance, after allegations of impropriety. Mr. Akufo-Addo made the decision after being made aware of the allegations against Mr. Charles in the documentary Galamsey Economy, which is due to be aired on Monday for 2 days in the capital, Accra. Shortly before the announcement came out, the Ghanaian Vice President said he had seen the clip in which Mr. Adu-Bowahen was trying to collect money from supposed investors, adding that he was not aware of the meeting. The documentary was made by the famous investigative journalist Anas, who has broken several corruption scandals in the past, including the Ghana Football Association and the judiciary. The first shipment of gas under a long-time purchase and sell contract with British giant BP, together with the offshore plant located in the Cabo Delgado province, is managed by the Italian energy company Eni. President Filipe Nyusi made the announcement yesterday, saying it is with great honor I announced the start of the first export of liquefied natural gas, LNG, produced in the Rovumo in Mozambique by the Corosolv project. The completion of this international venture is a sign of the recognition by the market, and Mozambique offers a stable, transparent, and predictable environment for the realization of multi-billion investments where high technology stands out in order to monetize resources in a phase of the energy transition. Therefore, it must bring pride to all the people of Mozambique. A 23-year-old Zambian student who was convicted in Russia and serving a prison sentence on the outskirts of Moscow has been found dead in combat in Ukraine. Lemekani Nathan Nyirenda died on the front line of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Zambia said it has asked Russia to explain the circumstances under which a Zambian citizen who is serving a prison sentence in Moscow could have been recruited to fight in Ukraine and lost his life. The student of nuclear engineering at the Moscow Engineering Physics Institute had been sentenced to 9 years and 6 months in prison. He was serving his sentence in a medium security prison on the outskirts of Moscow. The Zambian foreign minister said he was deeply saddened by the untimely death of Mr. Nyirenda in such circumstances, adding that his remains had been taken to the Russian border town of Rostov for repatriation. Sudan's Central Darfur state has declared a state of emergency for 1 month after more than 24 people were killed in a tribal conflict. Governor Saad Adam Babikir said the state of emergency was declared late Sunday night because both sides of the conflict fired live ammunition at the Reconciliation Commission that was trying to resolve the conflict. The conflict broke out last week between the Arab tribes of Miseria and Al-Lud Rashid in villages near Zalingei, the capital of Central Darfur in Western Sudan. A Miseria tribe leader said it started with a stolen malt. The fighting, which has left at least 24 people dead, according to the SUNA agency, continues despite the state of emergency. Houses have been burned and the situation is still out of control, even with the dispatch of government troops. A bus fell into a canal in Egypt's Nile River Delta region Saturday, November 12th, killing at least 21 people. One of the ministry officials added that 3 children were among the dead. Police, river rescue forces, and ambulances from the Dakilia province were dispatched to the site of the accident, and injured passengers were evacuated to a local hospital. The Public Prosecution Office, which is investigating the incident, accused the minibus driver of making a phone call when driving. He was arrested, and preliminary tests allegedly revealed that he was under the influence of drugs. With that, we come to the end of the program. The headlines once again. President Paul Kagame arrived in Indonesia for G20 summit. The Member of Parliament, Mbonimana, resigned after a drunk incident. A press conference was held at the Embassy of Angola in Kachiru, Kigali. Ghana's president fires junior finance minister over corruption allegations. Mozambian leader announces first liquefied natural gas export shipment. Thank you for staying with us. Stay at the frequency for more programs at Radio Imanzi. This was Alvino Ngadi. Have a wonderful night.